Good evening, everybody. How's it going? It's what is it? Wednesday night tonight? Holy smokes! Yeah, it's Wednesday. Um, don't normally do videos during the week anymore, but had some interesting books that I was going to sit here and look through. So I thought maybe we'd look at some of them together. I had a quick flip through of a bunch of these already. So um, the story is a guy I know in town here, Chris, was got in touch with me. Known each other on and off throughout the years, and got in touch with me over Instagram, and we talked about various kind of games and music and art over the years. And he was asking me if I was familiar with a company out of France called Le Dernier, which I am not familiar with. I had never heard of them. When I looked at the website, there were some books that they were selling on their site that I was familiar with. They published some Matt Brinkman stuff. I think they had some Mark Bayer. There was this giant size evil book, which is something by Paquito Bellino, which I think they talked about on Kayfabe. So some of the art I was familiar with. Some of the artists looked really familiar, but I don't know the website. And it's unbelievable looking stuff. A lot of what looks like screen printed or risograph. I'm kind of scrolling the website as I'm talking here. So lederniercree.org. And like I said, based out of France. Their catalog is enormous. There's a lot of stuff there's a chunk of stuff that's out of print, but there's a huge amount of stuff that's still in print. So for those of you overseas, probably a lot cheaper to get it. Diego Lazarin is another name that I'm familiar with. Been following him on Instagram for quite a long time and following his art. He did some animation. I think he also did a video game as well too. Tetsunori Tawaraya has done a couple of things. Of course, his stuff, it looks like, I think there was 2 books that I saw from him, long out of print, because I think those came out kind of 2015-ish, around there. So they've been around for a long time. As I was scrolling, I think I made it to kind of page 15 of their listings of the books that they've published or things that they've published. So Chris has been putting some stuff together that he was going to be selling online. He was going to go eBay, whatever route, to try to sell some of these books. And he got in touch with me to see if I'd be interested in any of them, because he'd rather, sell them to somebody here if somebody's going to appreciate it. Oh, it looks like there's a Charles Burns called Free Shit. Did they put that out? And I can't quite tell if this is all stuff that they've put out or if they also do distribution, because there's not a ton of information. Like when you click on the books themselves, there's not a lot of write-up on these things. So I can't tell if this is something that they've printed themselves or if they're just a distro for some of this stuff. Anyway, so Chris was asking if I'd be interested in anything. And I said, absolutely. I'm always interested in weird shit and art books and that sort of thing. Hello, for the love of comics, architectural foam panels and columns. How are you? I see, from Fantagraphics K. So then it must be a distro kind of thing as well. So he was kind enough to drop off, like, there's a comic shop right around the corner from the office, Comic Factory. And he said that he would drop things off, and I was going to try to meet up with him there this afternoon on my lunch break. I was teaching an online class today, and it just went a lot longer than it usually does. So I didn't have a chance to meet up with him, but the comic shop owner was nice enough to hold on to all of the stuff. And I thought we'd look through it. So this is back. We won't look through every single book, but I'll kind of highlight some of the stuff that really caught my attention. One of the other things that he had first originally contacted me about, he was asking if I got the new Skinner horror magazine, to which I didn't even, I guess, realize that it was out already. I remember him talking about doing a magazine, and because he said he had an extra copy if I wanted it. So of course I grabbed it. So Skinner has done a horror mag called Skin Crawl. This is the first issue here, and I guess when you supported or backed it, you got they signed stuff, or he signed stuff, and it comes with uh, to my pure enjoyment, a bunch of stickers as well too. So there's the giant sticker. If you're familiar with Skinner's art, this is exactly in his wheelhouse. This is the type of stuff that he does. And then three smaller stickers. This is kind of like the mascot, or the horror host for this magazine series. I don't know what his plan is for this horror magazine. I don't know how many issues he has planned, if this is a one-off thing, if he's going to continue it for a while. While I know Skinner, I don't follow his stuff super closely. I first caught wind of him in, was it I always want to say that it was a cover of like a Smoke Signals newspaper, but it might have actually been, is it Comics and Comics? There was a newspaper anthology of kind of indie and self-published artists. I think it was Comics and Comics. He did a cover on it, and it was a beautiful cover, typed up his name. I think he also did some work on the new Mad Balls series from a number of years ago, but he had a show on YouTube for a little bit, and he would bring in people and kind of interview them, but they'd create art together. Like he had Buzzo from the Melvins as a guest, and that sort of thing. He also appears in that Feels Good Man documentary, which I've talked about in the past. So that was super nice of him. Maybe let's open up the magazine and just have a quick peek at the interior. So I don't know how much actual comics work he's done, but this is all comics. I thought it might be kind of fake ads, all of these kind of things, but the majority of this is comics. So a big continuous story. So we'll see how it reads, but he's got this really great kind of airbrushed monster colorful art going on here. There's the horror host on the back. He did sort of I think it was part of the Kickstarter video, did this kind of puppet hand that was talking to Skinner about the book. He does have some ads in the back. This, I haven't sat and had a close look at this yet. Yeah, absolutely. 80 skate graphics and Pushead, absolutely AFPC. So I don't know if these are fake ads or if these are legit, but they're really, really nice. And there's some more stuff there. So yeah, I'm looking forward to kind of sitting and digging into this one. I think this will just be fun. I love his color art, but I think it also would have been neat if he would have done maybe half the book in that kind of old style black and white. Although I don't know how well his art would stand up to just kind of plain black and white work. I think for Skinner, his stuff really comes alive with the color work. So an amazing cover. It's got this kind of glossiness to it, if you can catch that on the screen there. So that very exciting. Always good to get some new stuff. And I was joking with him today. We were kind of texting back and forth. And just kind of talking about comics and stuff. And I said to him kind of jokingly, where have you been all my life? You're in this town and we're not like, we're not best friends at this point, because everything we talked about, he was, just one of those people where his tastes are really adventurous too. And it's kind of nice to talk to somebody about some of this stuff locally who knows some of these weirdo artists. And then on top of that, knows some weirdo artists that I had no fucking clue about. So that's super exciting for me. Maybe we'll start with some of the big stuff. So again, there's a mix of stuff in here. I don't know if it's all from Le Dernier Cri. Well, I know that some of them isn't, because as I was flipping through, some of them are kind of self-published things. But the first two things that I'm going to show, I'm pretty sure they are. These two kind of jumped out at me right away as soon as I brought the bag back to the office. I'm going to try to pinpoint artists when we come to some of the anthologies and things, but I can't promise that I'm going to be successful. This one is just stunning. Okay, so let's so kind of a little bit bigger than magazine size. This is called FlipFlop Prophets. Owen and Plummer. I'm guessing that those are the two artists involved. Yeah, so this is from Le Dernier. There's their logo there that I used in the image for this. I don't know if it's showing up on the computer, but this is very kind of I don't know. It looks like it would look nice under black light, basically. So I'm excited about that. There's a look at the interiors. This is amazing stuff. So I mean, there's a couple of things that right away I know are going to be on the pile of. I think I need to try to buy this from you. See if we can work out some deal because I think this needs to stay here with me instead of going somewhere else. And then this folds out even further. So there's a poster on the inside. Actually, let's take the whole damn thing out. Let's have a look here. Oh man, this is an absolute stunner. So there's the entire kind of slipcase cardboard wild imagery there. On really heavy duty paper as well too. And then on the flip side, FlipFlop. So I mean, as we're going through these AFPC, if you end up sticking around, and for the love of comics, if you guys stick around and there's names that you know, if there's art that you guys recognize, please fill me in, educate me, edumacate me. So then we get the magazine itself. So yeah, Owen Plummer is the name, and this is copyright 2008. Yeah, so it was a limited edition to 200 copies, which doesn't surprise me with this kind of stuff. I think there's a few things in here where there was limited editions. So gorgeous. So this is just an art book. This isn't comics. This is all just art, but it's beautifully reproduced. This every single page is really thick, kind of cardstock. It looks like it's screen printed. Yeah, it really does look like it. It's one of those things that sometimes it's hard for me to tell. Well, actually, just feeling the texture, I feel like it's screen printed, because if it was risograph, because I mean, some of these colors remind me of Rizzo, but I think with risograph, there's more of a texture to the ink sitting on the page. And then that ink has a different kind of smell to it. This one, there's not much of a smell because of that Rizzo ink. But then I get to like the interior pages here, and these ones have a little bit of texture. It might just be because of the amount of black ink, though, as opposed to the other colors. But it's gorgeous, gorgeous stuff. So there you go. There's some samples. So yeah, let's figure we may as well start strong. So that's absolutely on the pile of things I would like. So let's do this. And the other one that jumped out at me, this is number 8, I guess, in an anthology series called Opital Brew. This is number 8, and it is mental graphics discharge infection, is what it says on the back. But again, kind of magazine size, but this sucker is thick. This is a real beefy tome here. So there's the front cover. And again, I'm afraid I'm not going to be able to tell you any artists. This one's a little bit dinged up, but so I'm just going to be careful with this. I won't show you this inside cover because the spine is kind of separating on this one. So I'm a little, since it's not mine yet, I'm a little hesitant to open it too much. Oh my God, this one I haven't really looked through. This is kind of be the first time for me too. But already, so it looks like it's more another art book with a bunch of different artists kind of submitting stuff. Bring that a little closer. Look at this. Man, it's incredible to me. I mean, I guess it's not really incredible at this point, but it's always such a nice, oh, fuck, this is gorgeous. Nuvish, I think, is the name here. Wow, wow, wow. It's always amazing to me that after all of this time and all of these little publishers from all over the world, that there's still stuff that's out there that I can't believe that hasn't found its way across my radar. You know, it's really beautiful that this can still exist. Thank God, right? And especially with some of the people, some of the names that I saw on the website, it's really surprising to me. Tetsunari Tower Eye, I've been a fan of for a long time. I can't believe this hasn't crossed my radar up until this point. Look at this stuff. Wow, man. Wow. I think this whole video is probably going to be lots of me just saying wow and holy shit. So I apologize in advance, and I'll do my best, but there isn't a table of contents. No, there's really not. And what do they have at the end? Yeah, nothing at the end either. So we're all Jesus, man. It feels like kind of in the Brinkman, like the Matt Brinkman kind of world, and the Brian Chippendale kind of worlds of comics making and art making, bizarre creatures and dense kind of landscapes and things. So this publisher, Dernier is based in Marseille, France, I believe. Yeah, Chippendale, 100%. I'll make sure that after it's over, I put the link. I put the link in the description there. But it's let's see. Maybe I can do this actually. Stand by there for the love of comics. Give me 1 sec. So let's do this because I'm the host. I think I can probably. Hey, there you go. I can post a link. There you go. And then they have this, which I did see, just like almost like an, not quite an acetate, but a thicker kind of tracing paper. There's a few of these throughout the book too. This one's got some small panels on it. So again, sort of comic strip-ish. Beautiful. Yeah, absolutely. Fort Thunder. Yeah, 100%. That's the. Oh, come on. Definitely Fort Thunder. That's the word I was looking for. Yeah, I mean, you know, seriously, that's absolutely in that wheelhouse right there. Gorgeous colors and the layers on this too. Again, seeing it in person, I don't know how. Oh my good Lord. What the absolute. I don't know if this is going to show up whatsoever, but look at this. Yeah, it probably just looks like a mess. Whoops. Ah, shit. Oh, good. Never mind. Nothing. I thought something spilled. Thank God. Thank God for lids, my friends. Thank God for lids. Always put lids on. Don't gamble. Stay in school. Say no to drugs. Speed kills. What else? Dude, I'm going to try not to. That is Brinkman? Okay, thank you. Yeah. I'm going to try not to do every single page here, as hard as that's going to be. Every page flip is just something else incredible. Yeah, and then here's another one of those oh dude, not quite acetates. This is fucking outstanding. This is an hour video just on its own, my friends. Just looking at one book. Multiforce. Okay, yeah. I know Multiforce. Yeah, and again, like the Brinkman, again, that's another name. I mean, Hollow Press has done stuff with him. The Cave Evil guys, he's part of that whole crew. So again, it's amazing to me that I haven't seen this stuff in other places, you know, even distributed on the Emperors of Eternal Evil, or maybe they did have some stuff at one point and it just completely passed me by. Okay, let's skip ahead a bunch. and then we'll kind of move on to the next book. Man, oh man, this is absolutely on the pile that's got to stay here and cannot leave this city. Dude, this is ridiculous. Oh, there's a guy I recognize. Blanket, yeah, the guy who did what was it? Not Toys in the Attic, was it? So Fort Thunder was a collective of artists and musicians who did. So Brian Chippendale, he was in a band called Lightning Bolt, and he did a bunch of other music, a lot of really kind of extreme noise rock stuff. But they were also cartoonists and artists. Yeah, Rhode Island. Thank you, AFPC from Rhode Island, and they kind of really, I mean, the prime of Load Records and Lightning Bolt and all of that stuff that was coming out, even bands like Hella, which maybe were even a little bit not quite in that same zone, but there felt like there was an era of music that was pretty out there and crazy and noisy and just explosive, and the art went along with that. If you look up some Lightning Bolt videos, Chippendale did the animation for that as well too. So I know that Chippendale is still around. I follow him on Twitter. He still posts videos and things, but it seemed like there was a period of time where they really made a mark on kind of both the music, comics, and art world. I couldn't tell you too many names that are other names that are associated with it. AFPC might be able to help us out with some more names. Just to drop a name bomb. That's right, CF, exactly right. And CF is another guy who I remember early days of kind of digging through these micro publishers and small publishers and seeing CF's name all over the place and always being drawn to his stuff. But I never picked anything up because I always just picked up other things. It was just one of the things that, you know, my online basket was so full that I couldn't possibly get everything. And I really regret it. I wish I would have picked up some of his work. I don't think it's that easy to find anymore these days. Anyway, this is unbelievable. So I'm assuming that this is a series. Yeah, so it is by them. So I'm assuming this is a series that they've done that's, I guess, at least 8 issues. So I'm going to definitely dig on the website for more about this and more information. That's stunning. That is unbelievable stuff. So let's put that in the pile of shit to keep. So the rest of the stuff, that's it for the big stuff that looked interesting. There was one other magazine, but it was more photo collage and things, and it didn't do much for me, so we won't look at that. Then there's this small stack of kind of smaller books. So we'll have a flip through these. One that I just kind of sat and read. Again, most of this is just kind of little art zines, that sort of thing. But this one by a artist, and I'm going to try not to butcher the name. So I'm going to put the name Zhejian Shen. Is her name. I'm guessing a her, but I say that, and what do I know? So there's a little postcard, and there's a little thing here called Love Pile, which I had to read through. This is a really nice little read. Tiny micro little stories with this really nice art style. This is from 2011. So this is from publisher King Mild Press, which possibly is her own website. And this was limited to 50 rather. So back from 2011. But I really like this art style. Just kind of comical little stories about love, mostly between humans and animals to varying degrees. But that's a really good style. But it's not a name that I'm familiar with again. So that'll be another internet hunt to see if I can find anything else. Let's see, what else do we have here? Yeah, it's a pretty thick little book that's just kind of stapled, so you can't really open it all the way. It's a cautionary tale of a man and a bull. It's a great second panel. then they get it on. And at the end, and that, what does that say? And that is why you do not have sexual relations with animals ever. So there you go. Perfect. So that was a really fun one, a really fun little read. I dug that. And like I said, that art style is really nice. So that's that. This is the other one that caught my attention. Again, kind of in the world of everything we've talked about so far. This one has the added bonus. There's two of them, actually. So this is Judex, is what it's called. Was it called Crux or something like that? So there's the cover, I guess, or one of the covers. Then there's the flip side. This has kind of a little bit of everything going on, everything we've talked about, plus some Tetsunori type of shapes in there as well, too. And yeah, it looked like it was, yes. This one has the added bonus of a fold-out page where you get a CD. Oh, Bex is what it's called, BEX. So there's a CD that comes. I haven't listened yet. I will be ripping this onto the computer so I can listen to this tonight, and I'm sure, because there's another one that comes with a CD as well, I'm sure that it's going to make an appearance on the radio show next week. So again, just a kind of little art zine here. Neat. Still really, really cool. This is in the probably to keep pile, but we'll see. Because I mean, I think because some of this is out of print, I don't know what his expectations are at this point. I don't know what his expectations are at this point for price on these things. But when I look at the website and see what some of their stuff sells for, that's still available. Some of it is probably a little. It's a little priced me out a little bit, plus shipping. But the bonus here is that I don't have to pay for shipping. It's already here. So yeah, that's a cool little book there. What else stood out to me? Oh yeah, this is the other one. So this is something called Turbo Chainsaw Magazine, issue number 3. And again, there's a music CD in this one too. The show is on the university's station. So 101.5, it's UMFM at the University of Manitoba. It plays every Tuesday night from 11 p.m. my time here in Winnipeg till midnight. I've been doing pre-records. I haven't been keeping up to date with doing a ton of pre-records. My son is probably going to join me again for the next episode. He did a month of last year. He did a year of listening to a new album every single year. This year he's kind of tackling a different genre of music every month. So he started January off with the New York no wave scene. So I'm very excited about that because I was a huge fan of no wave as well too. So I'm curious to see what stuff jumped out at him. So I've asked him to put a list together of some no wave bands he wants to play, and we'll kind of split up the show. So I imagine that some of the music found on these CDs is going to fit very well with that, is my guess, considering what we're looking at here. So again, yeah, you can listen online. Yeah. And then unfortunately, because we're doing them from home, they don't archive them. So, I mean, I don't know if you have my email address there, AFPC, but you can drop me an email because I can always just send you a file of the show, an MP3. When I send it to the radio, when I send it to the station guys, I just put it on a WeTransfer, and then it's just a download link. So I can send you a download link for the shows as well too. So this one has some interesting stuff. It doesn't grab my attention as much as some of the other stuff, as you can tell by randomly flipping and talking about radio. It doesn't immediately catch my attention. Almost looks kind of sketchbooky. Very random, not that everything else was kind of, thematic or had a story when it went to the art, but this seems a little more random than some of the other stuff. Still some really nice pieces in here for sure, but it's not immediately grabbing my attention. So again, this is something that looks like it's a series. Oh, dude. And then I turn to a page like this. Look at that. It's fantastic. It's really great. Turbo Chainsaw Magazine, issue 3, turbochainsaw.co.uk. This is from 2008, and I think there might be a contents here. Let's have a quick scan. Oh, Daniel Johnson is in here that we would have probably gone past. Oh, Keenan Marshall Keller. There you go. So that's another name that jumps out at me. And then a whole bunch of names that I have no idea about. Zach Hazard Vopin, Paul Dixon, Mike Smith, John Vaughn, Jack Hudson, Ian Stevenson, etc., etc. So all from all over. Looks like a couple of Canadians, a lot of UK, France, Netherlands, Japan, the States, Italy. So there you go. So if you want to look into more, check out that turbochainsaw.co.uk site for some more on that. Something else that was very hit and miss. That he had 3 issues of this Good versus Evil anthology coming in a few different forms here. This one being kind of like a square bound-ish type of one. This one was the least interesting. The first one was the one that caught my attention the most. It also has a website on the back too. So homeofthehorror.com, Good versus Evil. I guess when he sent away for it, he also got a piece of art that came with it as well. Don't? Okay, I'll post it in the chat in a second here, AFPC. So there's a breakdown of the artists there as well. I don't know if that's going to translate whatsoever, but quite a lot. And some of these, there was a lot of really interesting pieces in here. And there was a couple of very short strips as well too. So these ones, I was part of a mini CD compilation, and I think the company, I can't remember if they were French or not now, but this art really looks familiar that was contained in this 3-inch CD. There's a real similarity to it in style, and I'm blanking on the person's name on the anthology, and there's no name there either. So there's another page there. There's more there. Yeah, boy, I wish I had more to contribute here, everybody. But it's nice just to sit and look at some art. Like I said, I was just going to be doing this myself tonight anyway. So why not have us look together? Oh, yeah, that's interesting stuff. Look at that. Cool. Yeah. Super fun, man. Oh, hey, look at this. Ballard, right? Derek Ballard, I think. love his stuff. I follow him on Twitter as well too. Um, I've liked his stuff for a long time. I got a few comics from him. He was doing, pardon me, he was doing his own kind of one man anthology kind of thing. And there was some really, really good stuff. He's popped up. I think he was one of those guys that's from the group of people that worked or did work for Adventure Time. I think he did some title cards for Adventure Time. Because there was a whole bunch of guys. I think like Jesse Jacobs was doing stuff there too. What's the Canadian's name that I'm blanking on right now? So there you go. Who did Lose? You probably know AFPC. His series was Lose. Oops, sorry, hitting the microphone there, people. Eat your greens. Fuck. There you go. Yeah. I won't show you every page in here. So that's one of the issues of good versus evil. DeForge, yeah, thanks, man. That's the one I was blanking on. I think DeForge did some work at and maybe some character design over at Adventure Time too. And then this is Good versus Evil. I think it's issue number 3. So again, I won't. Oh, hey, look at this. There's a different website on the back there too. Good versus Evil zine.blogspot.com. Yes, for the love of comics. Thank you. That's the guy. Huh. There you go. There's your skateboard right there. Trying to look to see a year on this. Oh, hey, look at this. There's more of his stuff. More Ballard. Looks like a comic strip of sorts. I really like his style. He's got this very unique kind of angular style to his work, and characters with just super interesting poses and things, and kind of defying gravity. Even just walking into a room, they turn into these abstract images. Oh, Tom Herpich. Oh, you did. Hey, yeah, okay. Adventure Time is a really legitimately fun show. My son was really into it, and I got into it because he was watching it. And then they did oh, hey, look at this. Then they did a card game. There was an episode called Card Wars that was kind of there making fun of Magic the Gathering and those kind of games. And then they actually did a card game, and we played that for a while. But the show is a lot of fun, a lot of just weird stuff. It's a lot of fun. Yeah, the Adventure Time comics are a blast as well. We've got a bunch of those. There was a lot of miniseries, and I mean, there's just some unforgettable characters from Adventure Time. Yeah. Oh, yeah. No, dude, this looks actually pretty good. Maybe I was wrong. Maybe that other issue wasn't the standout of these 3 good versus evils. This is making its way onto the I think I need this pile. Oh yeah. This is some good stuff here. I love stuff like this. Like these little kind of doodles and sketches, and kind of cartoony but also kind of menacing in a weird way. Oh yeah, look at that. That's great. Really dig this stuff. Yeah, this is very enjoyable, actually, flipping through this sucker. Oops. Whoa. Hey, Damien, how's it going, man? Oh, Benjamin Mara. Well, yeah. So there you go. So that's now that's got to stay. I love me some Benjamin Mara. Another guy with a style all his own. Look at that. Fucking magic. Beautiful. Anyway, okay, let's move on. So good versus evil, and then again, then that's the other one. So man versus metal for issue number 5. Um, yeah, no, maybe I need to give all 3 of these a closer look. I think all 3 of these might have a lot of good shit in them. What else do we got here? Just a couple of more things, and again, we won't spend too much time. Let's look at this one here. More screen printed material here. Yeah, that's got to be. Yeah, although again, who the hell knows? Oh yeah, this is nice and colorful. Kerosene, I think, is that the name there? Any credits elsewhere? Looks like it's from 2001. No, nothing else. No other credits. So anyway, here we go. Some real kind of blocky, bold shapes here. Long live piracy. Sail the 7 seas, my friend. Sail the 7 seas. We ended up getting a bunch of the DVDs because I wanted to see the extras, and because I'm still a physical media guy, even when it comes to movies and TV shows. So we got a few of the seasons. My son actually watched all of it, and he says there actually is an ending to the show. It does sort of wrap up, because especially the first couple of seasons, they're very much, every single episode is its own thing, but it starts to develop kind of a continuing storyline throughout Adventure Time. Sorry, I keep hitting the microphone. I don't mean to. It starts developing a kind of ongoing story the further you get into the series. And he says it does actually wrap up. So I've always been curious. I just haven't sat and committed the time to watch the last couple of seasons. There you go. So that looks like a fun one as well. This one is not in a package. Yeah, this is another one that has just 0 credits. I guess when you're an artiste, you don't have to give credits. And there's the back cover. It's got like a little dust jacket because it's just a simple, looks like it's just pages. Oh no, there's an actual spine on there. Not much of one, or at least glued anyway, and then just stapled. What do we got here? Yeah, again, that kind of looks like the similar or the same artist from the one I pointed out that looked like it was from the music from that CD compilation. So just one pagers. It doesn't excite me as much as some of the other stuff. I'd prefer an anthology. If it's going to be kind of styles like this, I'd prefer an anthology where we get a whole bunch of people on a bigger format with a whole lot of what mic am I using? You and your microphones. I'm using a Zoom. So this one here, sorry for bumping it all over the place. A Zoom that I've had for absolutely ever, with the windscreen on it. I've had this for I don't even know how long, because I can hook it up to my mixer when I'm making music and stuff, and I can record directly into the microphone and onto a card, and then transfer it over to the computer. So it's an easy one to set up. I've got a tripod here so I can bring it up a little closer. The other one that I have, the vibrations, it really picks up the vibrations. The one that I got from the radio station a couple of years ago at the beginning of the pandemic, actually, they applied for some money and they invested in some really nice microphones, and they gave me one. They gave a bunch of them away. But that one is very, very sensitive. So it's got to have its own table to sit that microphone on, because it'll pick up the sound of the fan right through its little tripod. Let's see this big sucker. Yeah, no, actually, let's not. That one's not as exciting either. A lot of kind of photo collage and things. No title on it, so we'll skip that one. Two more. We'll just look at two small ones, and then we'll call it a night. So this one, Le Japon Perano. And do we have names? This one might be a little filthy, but we'll go for it anyway. It's the Comic Crack channel. Let's show the front actually first. There's the front. So it looks like it's art mixed with collage, grotesquerie. Oh, hey, and some fold-out pages as well, too. Yeah, quite a bit of photo collage here. As a fan of kind of Japanese grindcore, this really reminds me of a band called Gorbion Necropsy. They did some solo stuff, and then they worked with Masami Akita, Merzbow. They did an album with him too. I think it was called Rectal Anarchy. This looks like something out of one of their CDs. The absolute kings of 5-second songs, sampling John Waters, all sorts of absurdity. Oh, wow. This is kind of a neat little collection. So it's almost like I have this book of that my brother sent me from Japan. It's like a book of postcards, and they sort of fold out. This kind of reminds me of that, the way that it's all put together, with some fold out pages as well too. This is nice, actually. I'm digging this one quite a bit. Look at that. It's having trouble focusing on that one. That's pretty great stuff. Wow. Yeah, I like that. This one has caught my attention for sure. Oof. Yes, Rectal Anarchy. And I think it comes on brown vinyl as well too. And it's a god-awful mess of noise, and it's glorious. Oh, dude, this is something. Look at this shit. That's some madness right there. I'm digging this. Again, sometimes when I see some of this type of stuff, it's great to have a collection of people's art and stuff. I just wonder what it would be like. Oh, Jesus Christ. I don't know. Is this too much? Whatever. It's almost 11 o'clock at night. I wonder what it would be like somebody taking the time doing this style of art and working with somebody to do an actual comic, like an actual kind of narrative or pseudo narrative. I actually really am enjoying this mix of, it looks like almost reprinting older art, photo collage, newer art, a whole bunch of different, yeah, absolutely. The brown note, a whole mixture of techniques and styles, just kind of mashed into one book. This is pretty great, actually. I'm liking this. So that's that one. And we'll go to the final one. The final book of the night that is in a Ziploc bag. Chapeler Le Blanc. There we go. Very simple cover. I don't know what's going to be inside here. Mildly nervous with just a black cover. French don't cry. So promising already. Too fucked drunk. No mas tapes. Bonies. Huh. Slayer Blood Crypts. Oh, wow. Nice, nice. Look at that. Some great use of color in this one so far. Show must go one. Oh, look at that, hey? Some gold. Yeah, I'm liking this too. These remind me of the Gansfield or early Kramer's Ergot anthologies. Yeah, eclectic array. Absolutely, AFPC. Absolutely. And again, those are two titles that I wish I would have just put the money. Oh, look at that. Prison Sex. I love the use of the different colors ink. That I wish I would have put more money into some of those anthologies back when they were coming out. Uh, um, very much aware of them, but completely missed the boat as far as picking any of that stuff up. Yeah, this is a good one too. Digging this. Oh, look at that. And then we get some completely colored paper as well too. So again, I wish I could tell you more about these. When we get to the back, we'll see. So, I mean, I don't know if all of these came from that one French site. He seemed to imply that they did over the years. I'm assuming this is something that he collected over the years. Yeah, look at this stuff. And that's about it. Do we have credits at the back? Oh, look at that. We do. 2009. Does that say LL Cool? Avec and Roll. Avec Thomas Bernard. Avec Gaspard. Avec Bughead. Avec Julian Kendrina. Yeah, so again, no names that I'm aware of. LL Cool Joe. HTTP, so printomania.free.fr. That would be the website maybe to check out for this one. Focus. Anyway, that's the website there, printomania.free.fr. See if that gets you anywhere. There's also a MySpace. So this is from 2008. So I doubt there's going to be much luck there. What else was in that bag? Oh yeah, just a card. Business card. I'm assuming that's all associated with this with the same thing. So that's it, my friends. Thank you very much for hanging out. That was it, right? Yeah, those are the ones that I wanted to show you. That's the meat of it. A lot of fun. Yeah, I'm very, very excited about this stuff to sit and spend some more time with it. Thanks for hanging out there, AFPC. For the love of comics, Damien, thanks for joining us. Let's do this. Are you ready, AFPC? Get ready for a screenshot. You can email me there. Anybody here now can email me there. Please feel free to shoot me a message. But yeah, AFPC, shoot me an email, and I can send you some links to some radio shows so you can try some of that out. I am going to delete that now. If I can I? Damn. Well, whatever. It's there anyway. Whatever. The 5 other people that are going to watch this video, there you go. You now have my email address as well. So thanks a lot for hanging out, guys. We'll talk to you later.